motivation. Or should I say, the lack thereof. We've all been there, haven't we? That feeling of wanting to conquer the world one minute and then struggling to get off the sofa the next. It's like trying to find the TV remote, always elusive when you need it most. But what if I told you that staying motivated isn't just some mystical power reserved for a select few? What if I told you it's a skill you can cultivate, like brewing the perfect cuppa, only far more rewarding? Stick with me and I'll let you in on the secrets to unlocking your inner drive. We'll navigate the twists and turns of motivation together, and by Jove, I reckon you'll be surprised by what we discover. Now, you might be thinking, why bother with all this motivation malarkey? Well, my friend, let me tell you, motivation is the secret source of a life well lived. It's the driving force behind every achievement, every mountain climbed, every dream realized. Think about it. The Wright brothers, Amelia Earhart, even that bloke who invented the cronut, they were all driven by an unstoppable force of motivation. Without motivation, we're like ships without sails, drifting aimlessly through the sea of life. But with it, oh boy, with it, we can chart our own course, weather any storm and reach destinations we never thought possible. And who wouldn't want a bit of that, eh? So, how do we tap into this elusive power of motivation? How do we go from feeling like we're stuck in first gear to cruising along the highway of life? Well, my friend, that's precisely what we're going to explore in this video. Over the next few minutes, we'll delve into the fascinating world of motivation, uncovering its secrets and learning how to make it work for us. We'll explore the science behind what makes us tick, bust some common motivation myths, and equip you with practical strategies to stay driven day after day. So buckle up, grab your cuppa, and get ready to unlock your inner drive. Right then, before we dive headfirst into the nitty-gritty of boosting your get up and go, we need to understand the whys and hows of motivation itself. You see, motivation isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. It comes in different flavors, each with its own unique twist. Think of it like a good cuppa. Some prefer it strong and black, while others fancy a splash of milk and sugar. We call these two flavors intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. And knowing the difference between the two is like having the secret recipe for a life filled with passion and purpose. Trust me, once you understand these two, you'll be well on your way to becoming a motivation maestro. First up, let's talk about intrinsic motivation. This, my friends, is the good stuff. The real McCoy, the holy grail of motivation. It's the drive that comes from within, the burning desire to do something simply because you love it. You find it deeply satisfying. It makes you feel alive. When you're intrinsically motivated, you're not driven by external rewards like money, fame, or even that gold star your mum used to give you for finishing your vegetables. No, you're driven by the sheer joy of the activity itself. Imagine a musician lost in their music, a painter lost in their art, or a gardener lost in their garden. They're not doing it for the applause, the paycheck, or even the prize-winning marrows. They're doing it because it brings them a sense of fulfillment, a sense of purpose, a sense of, dare I say it, pure, unadulterated joy. Now, don't get me wrong, extrinsic motivation isn't all bad. It's like that reliable sidekick in an action film. Not always the star of the show, but essential nonetheless. Extrinsic motivation is driven by external rewards, those shiny carrots dangled in front of us to get us moving. Think deadlines, promotions, bonuses, or even the fear of letting someone down. These external motivators can be incredibly effective in the short term, like that extra shot of espresso that gets you through a late-night study session. They can give us that initial push we need to tackle a task we might not otherwise be thrilled about. However, relying solely on extrinsic motivation is like building a house on sand. It might stand for a while, but it's not built to last. The real key to unlocking lifelong motivation lies in finding the sweet spot between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. It's about pursuing goals that genuinely light your fire while also leveraging external rewards strategically to stay on track. Think of it like this. Intrinsic motivation is the engine of your motivation car, providing the power and drive to get you where you want to go. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is like the steering wheel and the pedals. It helps you direct your energy effectively and navigate the inevitable obstacles you'll encounter along the way. By harnessing the power of both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, you create an unstoppable force, a dynamic duo that will propel you toward your goals with unwavering enthusiasm. All right, now that we've got a handle on the different types of motivation, let's roll up our sleeves and get down to the practical bits, shall we? First on our list of motivation must-haves is setting clear goals. It's all well and good to say, I want to be successful. But that's a bit like saying, I want to climb a mountain without specifying which mountain or even packing a map. To truly unleash your motivation, you need to define what success looks like for you. What are your dreams, your aspirations, those things you'd love to achieve if only you had the gumption? Write them down, make them specific, make them measurable, and most importantly, make them yours. Now, setting goals is all well and good, but to truly stay motivated, those goals need to light a fire in your belly. They need to be fueled by passion, that irrepressible zest for something you truly enjoy. Imagine trying to run a marathon fueled only by lukewarm tea and digestive biscuits. You might make it to the first corner shop, but you're unlikely to cross the finish line. The same goes for motivation. Without passion, you'll run out of steam before you even hit your stride. So choose goals that resonate with your interests. Goals that make you want to leap out of bed in the morning. Goals that, dare I say, make you feel a little bit giddy. Now let's talk about your surroundings, shall we? Just like a plant needs the right amount of sunlight and water to thrive, your motivation needs a nurturing environment to flourish. Take a good look around you. Is your workspace cluttered and chaotic, or is it organized and inspiring? Are you surrounded by negative Nancys who drain your energy, or by positive Pollyannas who lift you up? Remember, your environment has a profound impact on your mindset. So make sure yours is set up to support your motivation, not sabotage it. Here's a little secret to keep that motivation engine humming. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may seem. Did you finally clean out that junk drawer? Pat yourself on the back. Did you resist the urge to eat an entire packet of biscuits in one sitting? Bravo, remember. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your dream life. Break down those big, hairy, audacious goals into smaller, more manageable chunks and celebrate each milestone along the way. These small wins will give you a much-needed boost of motivation and keep you moving forward, one step at a time. Last but not least, let's not forget about the importance of self-care, my friends. You wouldn't expect a car to run smoothly without proper fuel and maintenance, would you? Well, the same goes for your motivation. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, and squeezing in some regular exercise. And don't underestimate the power of a good cuppa and a bit of mindfulness to calm the mind and recharge those motivation batteries. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the slump in our motivation. We've all been there, my friends, those inevitable moments when our drive dwindles, and we find ourselves stuck in a rut, deeper than a pot of your nan's stew. But fear not, for even the most driven individuals experience dips in their motivation. It's like the British weather, really. One minute it's all sunshine and rainbows, and the next, you're caught in a torrential downpour of apathy. The key is to remember that these slumps are temporary. They're like those pesky pigeons in Trafalgar Square. Annoying, yes, but they'll eventually fly off. Procrastination. That fiendish beast that loves to rear its ugly head just when we need to be most productive. It whispers sweet nothings in our ears, tempting us with distractions far more appealing than the task at hand. But fear not, my friends, for we can tame this beast. The first step is to recognize it for what it is. Not laziness, but often fear in disguise. We procrastinate when we're afraid of failing, of not being good enough, of the unknown. Once we understand this, we can start to challenge those negative thoughts and replace them with more positive, empowering ones. In this age of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. We see perfectly curated lives, filled with achievements and accolades, and we can't help but feel a twinge of envy, a dash of self-doubt. But remember, my friends, what you see on social media is often just a highlight reel, a carefully edited version of reality. It's like comparing your biscuit-making skills to Mary Berry's. You're both working with flour and sugar, but she's got a team of bakers and a lifetime of experience on her side. So, let's ditch the comparison game, shall we? Focus on your own journey, celebrate your own successes, and remember, you are brilliant just the way you are. Life, as we know, is full of twists and turns, and sometimes those twists and turns lead to setbacks. We might miss a deadline, fail an exam, or experience rejection in our personal or professional lives. It's easy to let these setbacks derail our motivation, to wallow in self-pity and throw in the towel. But remember, my friends, setbacks are not failures. They're opportunities to learn, to grow, and to bounce back stronger than ever. Think of them as those speed bumps on the road to success. Annoying, yes, but they force you to slow down, reassess, and navigate the path ahead with even greater care and determination. Section 5. Seeking support. You don't have to go it alone. And finally, my friends, never underestimate the power of a good support system. Remember, you don't have to navigate this journey alone. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in your dreams and who will cheer you on every step of the way. Talk to a friend, a family member, a mentor, or even a therapist. Sharing your goals, your challenges, and your successes with others can provide invaluable motivation, encouragement, and a fresh perspective. Remember, a problem shared is a problem halved, and a joy shared is a joy doubled. Section 1. The student years fueling the fires of ambition. The student years. A time of learning, growth, and perhaps a tad too much instant ramen, eh? It's a period of immense change and exciting possibilities, but also one that can test your motivation like a strong cuppa tests a delicate china cup. The pressure's on to excel in your studies, juggle extracurricular activities, and figure out what you want to be when you grow up, all while navigating the social labyrinth of student life. But fear not, young scholars, for with the right strategies, you can keep those motivation fires burning brighter than a bonfire night display. Remember those clear goals we talked about? They're especially crucial during this phase. What do you want to achieve academically? What skills do you want to develop? What mark do you want to make on the world? Define your aspirations, break them down into smaller, manageable steps, and celebrate each milestone along the way. Remember, even the smallest victory, like acing a test or mastering a tricky equation, can provide a much-needed boost to keep you going. Section 2. Climbing the career ladder, staying motivated in the workplace. Next, we find ourselves navigating the exciting and sometimes daunting world of work. You've landed your first job, or perhaps you're climbing that corporate ladder with the tenacity of a squirrel after a particularly tempting nut. The workplace can be a roller coaster of emotions, with its fair share of triumphs and tribulations, exhilarating projects and mind-numbing meetings. The key to staying motivated in the professional arena is to find purpose and meaning in what you do. Now I know what you're thinking, purpose and meaning in a spreadsheet, pull the other one, it's got bells on. But hear me out, my friends. Even if your job isn't your lifelong passion, there's always something to be gained, something to learn, something to contribute. Focus on the positive aspects of your work, the skills you're developing, the people you're helping, the difference you're making, no matter how small. And remember, it's perfectly acceptable to seek out opportunities for growth and development within your organization or to explore new career paths that align more closely with your evolving interests and aspirations. Section 3. The Midlife Motivation Makeover, Reigniting Your Spark. Now, let's fast forward a bit to the midlife chapter, shall we? You've gained experience, wisdom, and perhaps a few extra pounds around the middle. It's a time for reflection, re-evaluation, and perhaps a cheeky little reinvention. You might find yourself at a crossroads, questioning your purpose and wondering if you've made the right choices. The good news is, it's never too late to reignite your spark, to pursue those long-forgotten dreams, or to embark on a brand new adventure. This is the time to dust off those hobbies you abandoned, to book that trip you've always dreamt of, to learn a new skill, or to simply rediscover what brings you joy. Remember that intrinsic motivation we talked about? It's time to tap into that wellspring of passion and pursue activities that make your heart sing. Whether it's volunteering for a cause you care about, taking up painting, or learning to play the ukulele, embrace the freedom and flexibility that this stage of life offers and create a life that's both fulfilling and fun. Section 4, the golden years, embracing new adventures in retirement. And finally, we arrive at the golden years of retirement. You've worked hard, you've earned your stripes, and now it's time to kick back, relax, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. But wait, retirement doesn't have to mean slowing down. In fact, it can be the perfect opportunity to embrace new adventures, pursue lifelong passions, and create a whole new chapter filled with purpose and meaning. Without the constraints of a 9-to-5 job, you have the freedom to travel the world, spend quality time with loved ones, volunteer your time and skills, or simply indulge in those hobbies and interests that bring you joy. Remember, age is just a number, and retirement is not the end, but rather a new beginning. And there you have it, my friends. We've journeyed through the ups and downs of motivation, explored its various flavors, and uncovered strategies to stay driven throughout the different stages of life. Remember, motivation isn't a one-time achievement or a destination we reach. It's an ongoing process, a lifelong journey of self-discovery, growth, and adaptation. So, embrace the challenges, celebrate the victories, and never, ever give up on your dreams. Well, my friends, there you have it. We've reached the end of our motivational escapade, and haven't we had a grand time? Remember that feeling when you first start a jigsaw puzzle, all those pieces scattered about, a bit overwhelming, isn't it? But then you start finding the edges, connecting a few pieces, and suddenly you've got a bit of momentum going. That's what we've done here today. We've taken the mystery out of motivation, sorted through those puzzling bits, and put together a framework for a life fueled by passion and purpose. Think of all the techniques we've covered as your very own motivation toolkit. You've got your trusty hammer of clear goals, your trusty screwdriver of passion, your trusty wrench of resilience, and let's not forget that all-important spirit level to ensure a positive and balanced mindset. Now, I won't lie to you, keeping the motivation engine running smoothly takes a bit of effort. It's like keeping your rose garden blooming. It needs tending, pruning, and a good dose of sunshine now and then. But trust me, the rewards are well worth the effort. Remember, life isn't about reaching some mythical finish line where motivation flows effortlessly like tea from a bottomless teapot. It's about embracing the journey, the ups and downs, the triumphs and the tribulations. It's about finding joy in the pursuit of your passions, in the process of becoming the best version of yourself. So, my friends, as we bid each other farewell, I leave you with this. Don't wait for motivation to strike you like a bolt from the blue. It rarely works that way. Instead, create your own motivation, cultivate it, nurture it, and remember, you're capable of achieving incredible things when you set your mind to it and tap into that wellspring of inner drive. Now, go forth and make your mark on the world. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out the rest of the videos in this playlist for even more tips and tricks on living your best life.